Hello, Scorpio. Thank you so much for being here with me today and for watching this video. I did put together a brief introductory video introducing myself and what I do and what I'm doing here. And, you know, just in case you don't get a chance to watch it, I do 2 readings in these videos. I love reading first, and then I do a general reading for the month. So we'll do your November love reading first, and then a general. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I've been shuffling these cards for a while now. And again, thanks for watching. I just love watching all the tarot card readers on YouTube. There are so many talented people out there, and I have been reading tarot cards, and I thought I would do it as well. It's just so fun for me to do. I genuinely enjoy it, and it's just, I don't know, it's kind of nice to hear all the different, sometimes there's recurring themes that happen from reader to reader, and sometimes they offer new insight and different things. So hopefully I can offer you some insight into your month, the upcoming month. So here we go. Again, this is your love reading for Scorpio, November 2015. One more, and then I think we'll be done. Go. Okay, Scorpio, here we go. Ten of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, Judgment, 9 of Cups, Queen of Swords. That's my cat. She likes to sit here while I do these readings. So, King of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, and your Knight of Wands. Okay, Scorpio. I'm getting the sense that you might be coming out of some heartbreak, some disappointment. You could be going through some process of just complete emotional or more mental exhaustion. There could have been something in your life that, caused a sense of loss, and it was something that was very prominent and heavy in your life, something that was literally, weighing you down to the extent of almost just kind of giving up. And that feeling or that type of mentality caused some heartbreak of some kind. You are going through, maybe a period of grief or sorrow, some sadness here as a result of this loss. And I'm wondering if it could be some sort of a family related incident, maybe, or having to do with someone close to you. And the reason I say that is just because it's sort of sandwiched here between the swords and something that it could even have been a career, something related to your career, something that you held true to your heart that maybe didn't leave because you wanted it to, or leave because you made a choice, but it was a genuine loss. something that you feel now is maybe even left void. Um, Here you have your Nine of Cups, which oftentimes represents, emotional fulfillment. You have worked hard, you have achieved all of the, I kind of call these trophies. They're not exactly trophies, but, it's all of the emotional experiences that you have been through and become better for it. And you are proud of who you are. You are proud of those situations that you've gone through. They've made you stronger. They've made you better. I like to look at this card kind of like a sports trophy case, right? You walk into the center or the office, or if it's high school, that sort of gym area where they have all the trophies in the case, and those trophies themselves don't mean anything, but it's all the hard work, all the teamwork, all the perseverance, and all the rough going that it took in order to attain those. And you're proud to have accomplished those things, and there's no reason. You should be. You absolutely should be. And it's possible that even career-wise or monetarily, while there was some sort of loss or some situation that is bringing you down, sadness-wise, it's making you blue, it's bringing you down. You do have a level of success. You do have a lot. You have both your 9 and 10 of Pentacle cards here. You have accomplished a lot, and there is a lot of reason for you to be proud of that and to showcase that. And these may be things that you accomplished on your own without the assistance of anyone else. That these are things that you certainly, these cards are all connected. They're all very similar in nature. You have your 9 of Cups and your 9 of Pentacles, but also your King of Pentacles. I'm just going to hold these up here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. As a tarot card reader, we look for everything that connects cards, and color is often one of them. Color and just overall images, and these two are connected by the number as well, the number 9. But here you have 3 individuals. Each individual I feel represents you in this story, Scorpio. And in each one, you are alone. In each one, you are the one that has accomplished what it is. Here is in the level of emotional fulfillment, and here is a level of physical fulfillment, comfort. You are comfortable, you are well taken care of, you're well kept, you have, you are reaping the benefits. You are, you do have fruit on the vines that you can then pluck to eat. You know what I mean? It's a card of fulfillment. And here you have an incredibly strong presence, male or female, who is also well accomplished and who is master of his domain, a successful business person. Again, I do feel like these are all your energies here, and that you have been successful in your own ventures. I'm wondering if there has been a person, male or female, I feel is represented by this Queen of Swords, someone who is quite intelligent, maybe a little bit stern, someone who is fair and just and a little bit philosophical, and who is very good at evaluating both sides of a situation. Potentially an air sign, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, potentially, or someone that at this time possesses those qualities. Someone in your life has caused or is connected to this sorrow, this heartbreak. Maybe this person has turned their back on you. You know, they've I'm not going to say betrayed you, but kind of. You know, maybe they're headed in their own direction, and you are also in your own element. You are doing your thing. You are moving forward with your plans and your goals, and maybe they just weren't necessarily on board with that. And it's possible this has been kind of a long time coming. Maybe it has been something that's been weighing on your mind for a while, and it's finally time for these things to come to fruition. It's finally time for you to be blessed for the things that you have done and you have accomplished. And, you know, I feel you are sort of rising up out of these dark holes here. I don't even know what these are, coffins or something. You are rising up out of the darkness and becoming enlightened and becoming blessed. And you're finally feeling the weight of these swords sort of coming out of your back. They're finally drifting away. They're finally becoming lighter. And it's not necessarily maybe that this person is leaving or fleeing. It might just be a level of disinterest. You know, if this is a significant other, or if it is someone that you're dating, it could just be kind of a disconnect in personalities. You know, it kind of seems like here, again, I said this might represent you and your energy. It seems like you might be having a more earthy, you know, type of qualities this month, more focused on material things. But here you are so focused on your goals, and here they are also, you know, focused on their goals. But while you are turned in to this person and looking in this direction, even as represented here with this card, with the Nine of Pentacles, still you're both giving attention to this energy, but they are not giving you that energy back. They are not participating. They are on their own path. You know, they don't share. Even the colors of the cards themselves are completely different. You know, you have yellows and reds and greens, and here you have blues and whites. You know, you're on different pages. You're looking at the world from different angles, and you're approaching it from different ways. And maybe there's, you know, if you're open to meeting someone new, if you're not really dating someone special, maybe you're just feeling like you're not really truly connecting with anyone, that maybe you're not just getting the type of person that you want. Because at the end of the day, this Queen of Swords is an incredibly quality individual. It's not someone that's, you know, it's not a page, it's not a knight. It is someone that's like you would take seriously as a potential partner, and maybe you're really just not truly connecting, and because of that, there is some sense of loss. There is some sense of sadness that you're just not the right. Maybe you aren't the right fit for them, and coming to those terms, coming to that level of acceptance of your reality, you know, is sad sometimes, especially when you are just as quality as they are. You are a king. You are well-grounded. You are fulfilled. You have a lot going for you. You have had a level of success in your life, you know, but for some reason you aren't being recognized, or you aren't being, you know, I mean, you're kind of being ignored a little bit. And if this is your partner, if this is your significant other, you know, maybe they're just in their own little world. They're doing their own thing. And while you are consistently giving effort to them and they aren't necessarily giving it to you, it could be something that's causing a significant disconnect in your relationship and weighing heavily on you. And that's something that will need to be communicated and discussed. And the last card that I haven't brought up yet is your Knight of Wands here, who is looking at you, who is, there might be some new energy that comes into your life. And I do feel this is a separate energy from the Queen of Swords, that it's potentially a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, that is coming into your realm, paying attention to you. And, you do have your eyes on them too. You might know who this person is. You are seeing them maybe as like a little bit immature. I mean, after all, this is a knight. It's not a queen. It's not as high caliber. It's sort of an adolescent type energy. Someone that's a little bit showy, kind of flaunting his beautiful robes. He's, carrying this wand. It's decorative, and he's on his stallion that's dancing and moving forward, and is a little bit hasty and kind of maybe rushes into things and does things more based on what he thinks other people will perceive him to be, as opposed to someone that's really true to himself. And like, it's kind of a little bit of a show, if you will. It's not necessarily that you will be, there might be some sort of an attraction. There might be some sort of draw because you are being, maybe not so, you're kind of been giving the cold shoulder a little bit. You're there, you're a generous person, and you have your eyes set on someone that you view to be quality, and they're not exactly giving you what it is that you think you should be given. And here you are getting that attention from someone else. Maybe not the right type of attention, maybe not your style, not your vibe. You're not really digging it, but at the same time, it is someone that is giving you that attention. You might have someone come in and try to steal your heart or to woo you in some form or fashion. You might not fall for it. You're not going to, you are not one to degrade yourself or to give up everything that you have. I mean, look at how much yellow you have in these cards, and how serene and how happy and how well grounded all of these images are, and how proud you are of having all of these things. And I mean, you're not just going to just give up just so easily, especially if you really do have your heart set on this person, or you have an idea about what this situation should be. If it is causing you some sorrow, some grief, it might be, I don't see any indication of any sort of bad decisions or anything, sudden happening, but it seems like this has been something that's been going on for a while, and it is weighing very, very heavily. I've said this before, it is weighing very heavily on you. And I mean, even the fact that these are all sword cards, they're tied by suit, and they are heavy type energies, especially this Ten of Swords here. So I'm going to pull an outcome card for you. sort of sum up the reading and tie everything together. Oops. These cards, I tell you, this giant deck is sometimes like super awkward and does not like to be shuffled. No, sometimes I can do it perfectly, and then others it just doesn't work out. There we go. Got to get a few good shuffles in there. One more and then I think we'll be done. Okay. Just one more time. This here. Your Ace of Pentacles. I mean, your whole reading is riddled with pentacles. This is your fourth pentacle card here. You know, usually with this card, it's, you know, every period of closure represents a new beginning. And while these swords and these experiences, these learning experiences, these life lessons, can be carried with you for a lifetime. I mean, they shape who you are. They shape your future. They shape your personality. They shape the way you respond to things. But, you know, every bad thing, and I'm using that term lightly, defines a little bit who we are and makes us a better person. And this card there's rain in the background. There's, you know, dark, ominous clouds, and it's raining. And rain has always represented, you know, in literature and in art, you know, clean slates and washing things clean, washing away the past and revealing the squeaky clean surfaces of a new day. And even these cards are very similar. They're both gray. There's both one major color. There's, you know, whereas this card has a beautiful garden and it's growing and blossoming, and this one has the rain, both indicate periods of growth and periods of new beginnings. As this is an ace card, an Ace of Pentacles is a new a reward or a new opportunity, or being some new venture that comes into your life. And here you are heavily represented by the Pentacles suit. And I mean, it seems fitting that this would be an opportunity that you make happen for yourself. That this isn't something that anyone is bringing to you, that this is something that you do for yourself. You know, you might be getting the attention of this person, this energy here, and they might be offering you something, but at the end of the day, it's more of a question of what you can do for yourself. And, you know, even here, you have the angel of the heavens, you have the hand of the heavens, and both of them are emerging and bestowing upon you some form or some sort of blessing. And that is because you have come to some sort of realization. You are becoming an enlightened individual, and through that process of enlightenment, through that process of, you know, removing these swords, or at least acknowledging and understanding what these really are, you are being rewarded. You are being blessed. And Yeah, I think that's it. Scorpio. I think that's it. I'm going to go ahead and stop the camera. I'm going to clean my cards, and then I'll turn it back on and we'll draw cards for the general reading. So, hang on. Okay, Scorpio, here we go for your general reading for November 2015. Keep in mind sometimes, and it's been kind of a recurring theme for a couple other signs as well, that it's almost like you get two love readings. I'm not saying that's necessarily going to be the case. It hasn't been for a few others. But when there is an energy that's very prominent in your life, it tends to just carry over, you know. It's not like just because it's general, it's going to be about work, or it's going to be about family, or it's, you know, going to be about something else. Sometimes it is, and oftentimes we do pull the same cards for both readings. So just keep that in mind. So this is general reading for Scorpio for November 2015. Okay, one more and then we're done. Okay. All right, here we go. General reading for Scorpio for November 2015. 10 of Pentacles, the World, 7 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, the King of Wands, the Queen of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Pentacles. So what I was saying when I was shuffling was sometimes you get the recurring cards, which you got 3 cards the same, the 10 of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and the 9 of Pentacles. So, I mean, there's definitely a message in here for you. I feel like that is really focused around this Queen of Swords energy, you know, your significant other, or someone prominent in your life. And for this reading, I do feel that your energy is being represented here by the King of Wands. What's interesting is in the last reading, you were being approached by, you know, the Knight of Wands, or that energy was being, you were drawing in that energy, and you were being connected somehow, and now here you are being represented by that King of Wands, and almost maybe that energy of the Knight sort of transferred into your own. And you know, the King of Wands is master of transformation, you know, becoming something that you maybe like almost like going through a personal process of something. And oh, you had the you had the 10 of Swords last time. This time you have the 9 of Swords. So what I'm going to do, I know you can't really see these cards so well, and I apologize for that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this Queen of Swords just up a row. It kind of tells the story a little bit better. One of the reasons why I like this spread, this layout, is because each position isn't assigned a meaning. There's not a lot of limitation to this card means this, and this card means this, and this one means this. It's sort of all how they interconnect and how they interchange. So moving a card, or you know, flipping it from one side to another, doesn't necessarily make a difference. It just is how the cards are being interpreted and read. So if you see these 3 cards, this time your energy is looking, but you are intersected by, I mean, there's a mental disconnection. There's not love and peace and happiness and all is right with the world. I mean, there is some sort of mental anguish happening between you two. And while you might be connected, in some way, maybe you're married or you are in a relationship, or this is someone that you take very seriously and they take you very seriously as well. Why wouldn't they? You're a king. You're a positive person in their life, but there is a disconnection. You're not on the same page. You are, you both may have thoughts. You're second guessing yourself. There may be some level of regret and some frustration there in between you. There's definitely some tension, if nothing else. I feel like you are both feeling somewhat dissatisfied, that you're both at a point where you have worked, you've grown, you've produced wonderful things. You might have a family, or you may have a close circle of friends. There is a level and an element of happiness and flourishing, but there's still some level of dissatisfaction, some level of, you are being presented with certain things, maybe some new things. They might be you might be presenting things to each other, and there's just not that engagement. There's not that excitement, and you are, going through a period of examining, and I feel like they are too. I don't think this is just you or just them. I think you're both taking a step back and looking at what it is you've created and not exactly being so happy with it. You have a lot. I mean, you have, again, the 9 and the 10 of Pentacle cards here. You have a great situation. You're on paper, maybe it makes a lot of sense. On paper, a king and queen are perfect for one another. On paper, they are they're perfect. But when you really dig deep down into the nitty gritty, sometimes just on paper just doesn't work. There might be a lack of communication, a lack of genuine connection, a lack of coming together. I mean, you're fighting. I mean, you're both strong personalities. There's no doubt about that. You may have been trying a little bit more than that other person. You may have been bringing more to the table. But, at a certain point, this king, fire-like qualities, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, at a certain point, you might not be so accepting. You might not be so open-minded and willing to bend. I don't see this particular king as being... Actually, I never see kings as being able to, be flexible, especially not this queen either. You're both being a little bit stubborn, and you're both holding fast to what you want. In fact, I actually am going to place the cards like that. And here you are back to back, not looking at one another. In fact, you're both headed in your own direction. And there is some level of choice that needs to occur. You have the World at the top of the reading. The World is the end of a journey. It's the last card of the major arcana. It's the card that represents, you know, you've gone full circle and now, you've gone full circle and now you're back up at the top and you're about to go back again. It's the period, the closure of a significant era in your life. And again, the end always represents the beginning. And maybe you are embarking upon a new path, and there is a choice, some sort of a balance that you need to reach, some sort of decision that, what is more important than is this one thing more important than the other? Is, you have pentacles sprinkled all around here. This might be a choice very heavily relating to career or family. Is there, what do you really want? Do you want a family? If this is something that's being brought to the table, if this is maybe something that is being offered to you, do you want a family, or do you want independence, to be on your own? Do you want to attain those things without the assistance of others, or do you want this? One is not worse than the other. They're just different. One is not worse than the other. They're just different. And, I'm feeling like maybe there are things that maybe you are working for this, or you have been aiming for this type of family situation, this type of flourishing relationships, but you're just kind of coming up a little bit short. For some reason, it's not coming together for you, and it's not exactly what you had hoped it would be. And it is, directly in the center of the reading. And sometimes I feel like the center of the reading is sort of what everything else revolves around. And especially if there's a major arcana in the center. Not always, but often. But with this reading, I do feel like this is a very important cause and effect for everything that's going on. You are just staying awake at night. You're being tortured by these thoughts, being tortured by these decisions, by these choices, and constantly, these swords are even directly in the center of the Four of Cups, which is you like shrugging it off, disinterest, disengagement. And maybe it's bothering you. Like, why don't you want these things? Why aren't these things speaking to you? Why don't they feel the way that you think they're supposed to feel? And why is it that you feel like you're coming up short? I'm going to go ahead and pull the outcome card now. the sun. You know, again, I do see family as being a theme here, especially after drawing this card, because you had the Ten of Pentacles in your love reading. It reappears here in the general, and now it's supplemented by the sun. I mean, the sun is a positive outcome for whatever it is. You know, you are being asked to balance or asked to choose one thing or another, or to find some sort of middle ground or mediation between, you know, some sort of unbalanced situation. You are being asked, or you are being presented with an opportunity to do that. And by doing so, it is very possible that this, I mean, this is a major arcana, by finding a solution to whatever is causing these swords and this sense of dissatisfaction and disengagement, if you can find something to balance the scales, I feel like there will be a meeting of the minds. A meeting of the minds, and you know, you will face one another and you will have a positive outcome. And you know, you are two very strong personalities. I don't see any reason why you know, it might be difficult for you to bend, it might be difficult for them to bend, but it's going to require some level of compromise in order for that to happen. But if you do, if you can come to some sort of an agreement, if you can balance those scales, and the options for doing so are infinite. You know, this is being tied by an infinity sign. You know, you don't have to do it one way. You can find a win-win for both. And you can keep these ships. You know, these ships here are on extremely rough waters, but they are being held upright, barely. But it takes a lot of skill to keep them upright, and you need to know how to steer the ship. But if you do it the right way, you will keep that ship upright, and you can. And it sounds like, you know, from pulling the Sun card, that if you do, that it will all bring everything together, and you will have a meeting of the minds, and it will be beneficial for both of you. So yeah, I think that's it for you. I'm trying to see if I missed anything, or if anything needs more. But I think that's everything. Thank you so much again for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And I'm so excited to be doing this again next month. I'm telling everyone, hopefully I'll have a better setup so you can see the cards better. If not for December, then definitely for January. But I am going to start doing this every month, and hopefully you find it insightful and helpful for you in your life. And that's it. Thank you so much. See you next month.